Well, folks, you found it. The most unprofessional little podcast there ever was. Ain't much else to say. Just sit back, sip on some whiskey, and be entertained. Because the Whiskey Bros are about to make love to your ears.
Like a true redneck right now.
You smell like one too. When's the last time you had a shower?
Yesterday. But then I've been out doing manly yard work.
I was going to say, you've been doing yard work all day long. So have I, but I showered. I was polite to our guests. And
your yard and my yard's a little different. What does it take your yard? 15 minutes?
Dude, let's not even get into this, because my yard is small, yes.
Yes.
I have to mow it with a push mower.
Well, let's
wait. He has a recliner.
No.
A recliner with an engine and 3 blades.
Let's wait.
So he's doing it right.
Let's ask Doc. Doc, what do you consider a push mower, Doc?
Oh my goodness!
Oh, look at this guy.
My goodness!
Doc, you got a tan, bro.
Yeah, I got a nice tan.
Sun too long.
Man, I was out. The weather's looking great.
Yeah.
So I had to step out and get a tan. All right, so I'm Doc for the day.
That's right.
All right. Because Doc can't do this.
He can't do, no. He is definitely too white.
Here's to you, Doc.
He might get replaced. So
yeah, he's right.
Thanks for joining us, Ruben. And who are the other two? Why don't you introduce them, Heath?
We got these two guys over here.
That's what I'm drinking out of.
What do you got
that's the lousiest introduction I've ever heard.
Well, I
on
was
this
watching
show.
Ruben. He lost some stuff.
We got these two guys. We got these two guys over here.
Don't worry about these guys, man.
We got these two guys.
Trying to bring some color up into this.
I can say their
situation.
name. Garrett and Matt.
Garrett. Yeah. What's your last name, Garrett? I don't even know your last name, Garrett. What is your last name, Garrett?
Why you keep looking over here, Garrett?
Williams, that's right.
He's only played golf with us like 5 times.
I don't ever say his last name.
And Matt Christensen, right?
That's okay. Matt Christensen, and they're with Virgil Leather Company in the great state of Decatur.
They make some really cool shit.
We made it a state.
We're gonna talk about some of that.
I did that on purpose.
I like it.
Yeah.
What did I miss?
I said the great state of Decatur.
Oh, yeah. Well, you got Boyd, America.
Yeah.
So you got the state of Decatur.
Yeah, so let's go back to this push mower. What is y'all's version of a push mower? What's the key word there?
Push. Just standing behind. Yeah, just old
way. I would be willing to bet a slap on my butt that you do not own a push mower.
Yes, I do. What do you think I mow my yard with?
Self-propelled.
Nope. I bought a self-propelled, but it no longer works as a self-propelled. So it's even worse. Because if it's a self-propelled and the propelling part does not work, it's even harder to push.
Well, it's the first thing to go normally.
It is, yeah.
But the yard's got to be mowed, damn it. So
got to be, yeah. HOA, yeah. You have to mow your yard.
Yeah, I do. You know, those guys will start knocking any minute after if it's
evil
3
emails.
inches tall.
Yeah, so we got these guys, Virgil, on. Y'all want to talk a little bit about where you from? I see your elbow. So does everyone else.
Y'all look nervous over there.
I know y'all were pre-gaming it. What are you nervous for?
Yeah, it should be fine.
Yeah, Virgil was my grandfather. He got me started into leather work.
Get closer to that mic, big boy.
I don't want to.
Yeah, you got to get it up. Hey, let me tell you a secret.
You got to kiss it.
Put it on your chin right here on that beard.
No, he's good.
You got to put it on your mouth.
Yeah, just put it right there. You go.
Yeah, much better.
Virgil was my grandfather. He started making me work in his shop when I was about 6, 7. That was a long time ago.
When you were 6 or 7?
Yeah.
Tell us exactly how long. No, I'm joking. You don't have to.
A long time ago.
Long.
And so I did that for years with my grandfather, and then I went in the military. And then 10 or 15 years ago, started getting back into it. And then a few years ago, me and Matt started this company because we wanted to do something different. So we went from leather shop to leather patch hats. And now that's started to spread out into other things.
So your grandfather's shop, was it just leather work?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. Used to tear apart saddles and restore old stuff.
No kidding.
And yeah, so I did that for I don't know, a decade before I went to the military.
Yeah.
And then once I got back, I didn't know what to do because there's no skills that you learn from being an infantryman.
Mm-hmm.
So,
well, there are some.
There are
you,
certain skills.
You just can't apply those to everyday civilian life.
No, it's what I liked to do when I was a kid, so I started doing it again.
Yeah.
Where was said leather shop of Dad's?
My grandpa?
Yeah, grandpa's. That's
yeah,
right.
it was in Bells, Texas.
Bells. Where's that at? Where's that at?
Bells?
It's on the other side of Sherman.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've never heard of it. Like
Me
Sherman.
neither.
Sherman Denison area.
Yeah,
If
yeah.
you just go on the other side.
So
yes.
almost Oklahoma.
No, east.
East. Oh, okay.
So
Okay.
Bonham.
East.
Is it
Yeah, it's near Bonham. It's
okay.
it's kind of in between Denison and Bonham.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to look this up on
Little
the old
south,
maps here.
but yeah.
Right. Yep. So
Okay.
how did y'all end up in Decatur?
Well, when I got out of the military, when I got out the second time, my parents had to move to Saginaw because my dad got a new job, and we were coming from.
And Saginaw sucks, so you
Yes.
weren't going to stay there.
We came from some other state. I don't know where we were coming from.
Sorry, Doc. Saginaw sucks.
Saginaw,
yeah.
You know.
Saginaw. See, I keep hearing. That's what I keep hearing.
That's
Yeah.
the old. I have found
All right.
Bells though. I've
Let's look.
apparently
at
driven through the
Bells.
damn place 1,000
Yes.
times.
Now, Six, you probably drove through it hauling hay, didn't you?
The
Yes.
name doesn't even pop up.
So it's not even all the way to Bells. It's between. No wait, it's out there.
It's over there somewhere.
It was in the middle of the country.
Huh, okay. Yeah.
So
I've driven through there and
yep.
never knew where I was. Okay. Cool.
And but yeah, I got out of the military. We moved back here. We stayed with my parents for a little bit, and then I started working for NRS because I needed a job. So I started working in the saddle shop, and did that for a while. Ended up leaving the state again, coming back, and when I came back, started working at NRS again, and then in 2015 I left and just been on my own ever
Was
since.
it amicable or were you like, F y'all, I'm doing
No,
it?
it was amicable.
Okay.
You know, I don't think you should burn bridges,
No,
especially in a small community.
You really shouldn't. That's one thing I've found out. Like as you get older and you depend on
yeah.
networking,
Yes,
don't
sir.
burn bridges.
Yes.
Don't burn them.
And NRS has been good to me since. They've bought a bunch from us. So
Cool. So have you ever made a saddle?
yeah, we in the saddle shop. That wasn't my primary goal. We had saddle makers, and then you had everything else.
What does a saddle sell for now?
Geez, depends, right?
Yeah.
I know you can.
It depends on who's making it.
Yeah,
I mean,
you can get them pretty bougie.
you can get them from $1,500 to $100,000. Yeah.
100,000 for a saddle.
Yeah, I
We
mean,
saddle
saddle.
costs more than a horse.
there's a couple
Oh.
guys that I know of that are selling them steady for 30 to 35,000 a piece.
That's incredible.
But it's a piece of art.
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
Not,
yeah.
It's not something you're going to buy to use on a ranch. You know,
It's going to be
a ranch saddle. You're probably going to pay $3,500 to $4,500. Something.
Man, I wonder if we after the show we should go down into the old barn there because they're like the ceiling. I don't know what shape they're in,
Yeah.
but there's some old school saddles that are just chilling down there, and they've been unseen and untouched for 40 years now. I don't know if that kind of stuff is treasure for y'all.
Probably have to be reworked.
Yeah, they'll have to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll
Okay.
have to be cleaned.
Okay, well we can go check them out. I don't know. He might get snake bit again, so we better be careful.
Well, I've already done it once, so I'll go in and get them.
Yeah, so okay, an average man's saddle. Like I'm coming in and bought myself a horse, and I'm like, I need a goddamn saddle. So I'm gonna go in to talk to Virgil Leather. Give me your
Do y'all
average
do
Joe
saddles?
saddle.
We're
We
not
don't-
going to make you a saddle.
Yeah.
We don't do saddle.
No.
Please leave, sir.
Wait. If you paid enough, maybe we would. But,
Maybe,
But
Okay.
we are not going to make you a saddle. 80% of our business right now is hats,
Yeah,
and it's kind of hard to leave the 80% to do the 20%.
yeah, that's understandable. Unless
Yeah.
it's $100,000 like commissioned.
Right.
I'm
yeah.
sure you'd build me a saddle then.
And it would be awesome.
Sorry, I'm not
Yeah.
buying a $100,000 saddle. So you've morphed into more just merchandise and branding and that.
Well, that's
Cool.
not what we started to do.
Right. Okay,
Yeah.
so back to your story.
Well, and we heard a lot from Garrett, which is normal. Tell us a little bit about your
Matt,
background, Matt.
Oh, I'm in aerospace.
no shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I do. I'm an engineering point of contact for programs doing aircraft overhauls,
Okay.
but it's worldwide, so I travel quite a bit. India and Pakistan.
You just got back from India, right?
I did.
Yeah.
Yeah. Unfortunately,
Is it as crowded as they make it seem?
it's not good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not a good place to visit for
Actually,
vacation.
I'm in Bangalore, so it's not too bad there. But
Okay.
Yeah, there's worse places to go for sure.
I'm afflicted with watching Indian street vendors for food. Have you seen those guys?
Where they're cutting the meat with their toenail.
Oh, dude.
That's bad.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, looking at a car wreck. Like, you just keep watching and watching and watching, and you're more disgusted, and you're like, I'm getting,
And it's hot. It's
Oh.
like hot chicken.
Oh, yeah. Flies everywhere.
Yeah.
So I actually follow a few of those dudes on Instagram, and all they're doing is making like something that looks like diarrhea.
Yeah.
Some
People are just
TikToks and stuff.
lining up for
Yeah,
it.
We were there and we were talking about jackfruit this last time I was there. I don't know if you had that. They call it the king of fruits or whatever.
Yeah, and don't
Stinks, right?
Yeah, and
I've had it. I had it in Thailand. It was decent.
Yeah.
don't vegetarians eat that because it resembles meat somehow? Is that
Yeah. Well, and it has a consistency of meat.
Yeah,
okay? Oh, okay.
Yeah. But I said, I don't know. I liked it. And so he brought one of the program managers brought a bag. It was like a Walmart sack full of jackfruit. And he was like, hey, I got you a special prize. And he brought this over and put it on the table. And he's like, and I took a picture of the guy that makes it. And it was like that. And he's got like a machete and he's barefoot and he's like chopping it up. And I'm like, maybe before you did that. You know what I mean? Like
if you make it through, if you eat that food, you're gonna have one hell of a robust immune system. Like you're good to go.
it's painful,
Yes.
especially with the fruit. You can't eat the fruit. It gives you deli belly or whatever.
So
The
how
shits.
did an Indian going aerospace guy end up in Decatur, Texas? Was you?
Well, the company's in Mineral Wells.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah. My daughter was going to school at Victory, so we just moved here.
Oh, okay. Nice.
And how do you morph into leather? And is this just
Because Garrett.
You just
okay?
met
Okay,
Garrett?
Garrett talked you into it. in
Yeah,
other
no,
words.
he didn't. I talked Garrett into it. Garrett,
Gotcha.
Garrett said, I think I want to sell belts again. That's how we started.
Right on.
Nice.
You guys have a place, like a brick and mortar
Yeah,
location?
They do now for show.
Oh no, shit! Where is it?
Yeah, right off 4010.
Can we say what it used to be?
Oh, I know that.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, of course.
So it used to be the Wise axe throwing.
Oh, yeah.
Place.
Unfortunately,
They
that place did shut down. But fortunately, it gained a pretty badass place.
Yeah, and I've been in there. It's a sweet shop, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have not been in there yet. How long has it been open?
We've been there
we
almost a
just
year
moved
now.
in there, last year.
Okay.
And we're still getting it organized,
Mm.
but it's
is.
functional.
Okay.
It is. Yeah.
Leather tooling. I've done it just as a fun, night out. But there's some pretty sincere work. I think
I've never heard somebody say that before in my life.
Say what?
Leather tooling as a fun night out.
Yeah, we did it. We made a.
Oh, it's super
You
fun.
guys
Yeah.
want to go
but
tool
talk to
some
Garrett.
leather?
Yeah. I used to do classes when we were on the square.
Okay, so maybe it was your place then.
Yeah.
But was it Virgil at the time?
No, it was the leather guy.
Yeah. So this was. It was on the
Yeah.
corner of Walnut and State.
Yep.
Yep. Okay.
Yep. We used to provide lots of drinks and tools.
Yeah.
And
That's-
people would have a blast. Yeah.
Well, not him. He wouldn't have had a blast. Well, I'm coming here working
Not
on
just
leather.
I've never
what kind
heard
of a fun?
that.
This is a fun night out. People
gonna
go
go-
stomp grapes. Go to a
No.
vineyard and go stop grapes to make wine, and
I ain't
everybody
doing
has a
that
blast.
either.
But you got to leave with a belt
Bingo.
that you made.
Or
okay.
a gun holster for all the
Yeah.
guns that we lost in the
Yeah,
incident
we
on the
don't have
boat on
any
the
of-
lake.
We don't have any of those anymore.
From my experience, I don't want to leave with a belt I made.
I mean, don't pay attention to behind you guys, but all the guns that we lost.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, those are replicas.
Yeah. Those are relics.
Oh, yes.
Those are the ones the Constitution
So why
does
do you
protect.
not do that no more? That sounds cool, actually. Now that you're talking about it.
We're getting back into belts now. We had to get everything going well, and then so we have a complete leather shop set up now.
Yeah.
The classes are fun, but we haven't started anything like that up.
Right.
But I mean, it's a fun night out. We used to do like wedding parties and stuff.
Oh yeah.
birthday parties. But
I had a blast. I thought it was fun.
yeah,
Yeah, because you get to learn a little bit of a trade, and then you leave with something pretty fucking cool. I had the
yeah.
I think it was cover your ears. Elephant skin, was that is that a product?
Yep.
I didn't even know if that was legal.
Did you just tell Ruben to cover his ears? Why would you look
Well,
at
we
Ruben?
don't have elephants in North America.
Why would you look at Ruben?
Hey, I'm Doc. All right, I'm just getting off of here. I am Doc today.
He's hiring Mexicans to cook his food on the beach.
Doc, yeah.
I don't know if that's like somebody that, if they went into Africa and said, well, we make leather out of horses.
Oh, yeah.
Somebody from
get
North
upset.
America
Yeah.
would have been. Do you have like a favorite pet elephant or anything?
No.
Okay.
Is Chad
You
big
don't?
elephant? Is there a lot of elephants?
We
in
got
Chad?
some elephants.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
We don't
Are they
do anything that's wrong.
are they protected or do they hunt them? Is there
They're protected.
Oh,
okay? I thought so.
they're protected.
So how do you get
Yes,
elephant
yes.
leather?
Well,
Highly regulated.
management.
It's highly
Okay.
regulated.
Yeah, management.
We have tags for everything that we get.
Okay.
We have lots of exotics. Speaking of horse, though, like my holster right now is made out of horse.
Oh boy.
Really?
Well, there goes
Oh, okay.
50% of our
There
listeners.
goes all of our California listeners.
It's
horse's ass.
It's
It's
Italian
horse's
leather,
ass.
not
Oh, it's
not
Italian
American.
horse.
Okay,
Italian
Yeah.
it's
leather.
fine. It's classy then.
Yeah.
Interesting. What does it have? Is it a different texture than like cattle or livestock? Rather,
Elephant?
Yeah. No. Horse.
Oh, horse is very nice. It's
Okay.
premium, and it's only actually the butt.
Interesting.
So it's like a 2.5 foot oval, looks like an egg.
Mhm.
It's called shell, and it's what they do the $1,000 shoes with.
So there's
horse.
people walking around with literally horse leather on their feet.
uh-huh.
Yeah.
Huh.
Really?
Horse's ass leather.
Yeah.
Horse's ass.
Horse's
shoes.
ass leather.
So when
yeah.
you call these snobs like you're a horse's ass,
Yeah.
there's kind of
Yeah.
some truth there.
Yeah, this
But
whole time.
it's beautiful. I mean, there's really no leather like it. It's It's
dang.
nice.
So instead of sending them off to make dog food and glue out of them,
Which they do.
we could make
which they should.
awesome shoes out of them, though.
Yeah.
Well, because that's a byproduct, right? Like
Yeah.
you're not grinding up.
You don't
the
want to
skin.
waste anything.
Yeah,
No, yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, they're not killing the horse for the leather.
I've always thought, that
Right.
these
Yeah.
car companies that are like, we put vegan leather in our automobiles, like, fucking why? The animals are already dying for food, so
Yeah.
why are you wasting a pretty good product? And
What
say,
does vegan leather mean?
I don't know exactly what it is. Do y'all know?
No, I had the same question.
Yeah.
What does
it's
that
just-
even mean?
It's synthetic.
Yeah, it's not made from an
Oh,
animal.
It's just fake.
Yeah. It's fake. It looks like leather.
Sort of
but
like
it's not leather.
vegans. They're fake. Yeah, I gotcha. We just lost some more listeners. Yeah, sorry.
We do have a large vegan audience, that's for sure.
I don't know if you guys have vegan people at your business, but you just lost those guys.
They work in leather. They don't have. There's no vegans that go in that store.
Do y'all offer any vegan leather products?
We do.
Really?
Lots, yes.
Really?
Oh.
We went from
So I have to like eat crow right now for the comment I just made because
Dude.
Well, they don't call it that.
okay.
we don't call it that. We call it
Synthetic?
we call it faux leather or whatever.
Okay.
I mean, some people call it vegan leather, but it's so I'm a leather guy, but we started making hats with real leather. It's cool. But every time it gets wet or you're out in the sun, it gets dark and it fades and it's crinkles and rolls. And so we started using vegan leather. And
We got to quit saying that.
Well, it's made out of PVC.
yeah, it's PVC or PU.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Because
Okay.
vegan leather doesn't make any sense to me whatsoever.
No,
Well,
no.
I mean,
Well, we don't tell people that.
Yeah, so the benefit is
Until now.
you could swim in
I
it.
mean, yeah.
If you had a full leather patch instead of the faux leather patch you got.
This
I'm not saying I'm not
So
saying
leather,
vegan anymore.
We're-
leather
and
has
if-
fibers, right?
Yeah.
So leather has fibers.
yeah.
It's so when you put it on a hat, it's organic, so it will deteriorate,
Yeah.
right?
Mm.
But
so
in a very long time.
right, well, you'd be surprised when it's on your head in the elements.
Yeah. Goes
Much
pretty
quicker,
quick.
right?
Okay.
So it's like a saddle that you don't take care of, right? So when
We'll go see
you
later.
use fake leather,
You don't-
it looks new for
Long time.
a long. The hat's gonna look like crap before the patch does.
Interesting. I know famously like Teslas. I know that's a sore subject right now. Teslas and Rivian cars, they always advertise vegan leathers in their
Yeah.
automobiles. So
I think that was just a better way to get around pleather.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just a different word
If you-
for it. That's
yeah,
what
if
we
you
used
use
to call it
pleather-
back in the day was
Yeah, if you use
pleather.
pleather,
Pleather,
then nobody
yeah.
likes it. If
Yeah.
you use vegan leather, then
Now it's
somehow
marketable.
Yeah, it's better.
But and it's come a long way.
Maybe we should start
It looks
using it.
good now.
Yeah,
You
it
know what I mean?
works.
It really does.
Speaking of vegans, Doc, how many freaking vegans you got in Chad?
None.
That's what I'm talking
We
about,
ain't
brother.
got time.
That's
We
what
eat
I'm talking
the
about.
stuff that's real, man.
That's right.
None of this fake
See?
stuff you keep talking. I'm like, it was just hard to get in the conversation because I'm like, what they talking
What are
about?
they even
Like all this
talking
fake
about?
stuff is like,
Vegans.
what?
Yeah.
Big vegan?
Yeah.
No.
Well, I'm not a vegan.
I know. Yeah.
Hell no. Ain't nobody
Oh,
vegan.
Africans are not vegans, man. We got to eat.
You got to eat that
Yeah.
meat. Yeah, that's right.
Only the privileged people get to be vegan.
Privilege.
So in my car, they call it semi-aniline leather. Have you ever heard of that?
Don't
No.
even know what that is.
Yeah, I don't either.
Which car?
The Escalade.
Oh.
My wife's car.
Do you
Yes.
know what it is?
I have no clue
No.
what it is, but
What's
they
it called?
semi-aniline.
So look it up on the.
I wish we had a Google right in front of us. Ruben,
I
while
was hoping to ask the experts.
Wow.
You know, they're
Wow.
here.
Maybe it's
No.
something we need to use.
while Fireborough is looking this up, could you please pass me the whiskey that's in
I
front
don't,
of
even,
you?
I don't even know how to
What does
spell
it
it. And
Here we go.
aniline.
Yes, thank you.
There it is. Semi-aniline.
That's a real
Semi-aniline
term.
leather.
That seems like a made up word.
Oh,
Like
so it is Italian.
vegan, of course.
Oh, here we go. Semi-aniline leather is the type of leather that is dyed with semi-aniline dye. So it's just a dye,
It's just a dyed leather.
which gives it a more uniform color and preserves the natural markings of the leather. It's more
nice.
durable. So I guess the dyeing part is a
Yeah.
big deal with leather.
Yeah.
There you go,
It's
Virgil.
a long process.
There's you a new
Yeah.
selling that you can
Leather takes different lengths of time to process too. I mean,
Mhm.
like this shell takes 5 or 6 months for a 2-foot piece.
Wow. Okay. So at your shop, do y'all do can you would you call yourself from animal to retail?
No, you're
do you
not-
actually take the hide and
You're
tan
not
it?
you're not out there cutting a strip off.
No,
of
we're
a
not
dead
tanning.
horse.
No, we're
Okay.
not tanning anything. We
Right.
buy it from people that know what they're doing.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was curious about that whole process.
When y'all get it, it's just a raw chunk of leather.
Yeah.
and then y'all take it from there.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
So let's go through that a little bit. Tell us the process of making a belt, I guess, for people that's never been to tooling parties that I didn't get invited to.
With drinks.
Right.
With
so
drinks,
tools and
yeah.
drinks.
That
I had
that
a
I
question
didn't get
there.
invited
Right.
to
There's
is
a
the key word
piece
here.
of, you know.
and you get to go home in the process.
Yeah.
Right. So we'll get a side, which every cow has 2 sides.
Mhm.
So they split it down the back, split it down the belly, and then you got 2 sides.
Mhm.
So we'll get the side in, and then you'll cut belts out of the top 2/3. You won't use the belly. The belly is too soft. So this top 2/3 will be belts.
So I would not make good leather. A lot of
Yeah.
me is wasted.
A lot of belly.
Yeah,
Soft.
you don't use the belly for belts.
Damn it. Okay.
Are the weight limits to the belt?
Get like one
Some
belt
people
out of you.
exceed-
Damn it. I knew I felt worthless. Now I just know why.
And you can make up to about a 84, 86, size 84, size 86
Belt?
out of a side. Yeah.
Okay. So you could fit a large American up with that belt.
And
Okay.
we have.
Wow.
Yeah, Garrett tells me that's the true custom market.
Yes.
yeah. I'd
Because you
suppose-
can't go in the store
I mean,
and buy a 75 or an
No.
85.
Yeah.
You can't.
Yeah.
You got to go to Virgil Leather and say,
I need a big boy belt.
man, no, I'm not going to do it. I had such a snide comment about how that customer would enter Virgil Leather, but we're not going to do that. We don't do
We
that
have a
on
big
that show.
door.
They have a
We
big
have a
door.
giant door.
We have a roll up door.
We
Roll
don't
up,
fat
yeah.
shame on this
Yeah,
show.
so
No.
There's no shame.
Did you write in on
We
your,
won't shame you.
you
No.
write in on your
Yeah.
hover round?
Their money spends the same. It's
right.
fine.
So do you
Yes.
do you charge said belt by the inch?
On those we do.
Yeah.
Up to about 42,
Okay.
it's kind of a fixed price.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then after 42, it goes up a little per inch.
Did you bring any belt examples with you tonight? So we can,
The one on his waist.
I have one on.
well, get up and take your
Yeah,
clothes
get him,
off.
take it
then.
off, big boy.
I'll sit and take it off.
I have a really basic Latigo belt on
you're
too.
you're clean. You're clean. 'Cause we don't promote
Describe what a Latigo
what is
belt
hooked?
would be.
Striptease y'all doing.
Yeah,
over
we
there.
don't promote what's on hooked onto your belt.
Just
there.
wait. Give me some more whiskey and we'll see how far this goes.
Yeah.
This is not a stamped belt. It's just a plain
Oh, yeah,
plain
you got
belt.
one too.
So what do you say about
Just nice
stamped
looking.
belt for people that don't
Well,
know?
if you can get a plain belt, you can get a stamped belt, or you can get a tooled belt.
So what is stamped?
Stamp's like a basket stamp or a geometric stamp.
I see that, man.
If you
It's got a pattern, right?
yeah,
a pattern.
it's a geometric pattern,
Okay.
or a basket stamp.
Trauma.
right?
My mom holding this,
Oh,
man.
Ooh, yeah, all of us.
All of
Trauma.
us.
I mean,
Oh Lord.
if
You don't want your mom.
Yeah.
If you got
My mommy.
spanked with a leather belt,
No.
like raise your
No,
hand.
no, no.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
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 You don't
Oh,
want
yeah,
to be.
okay.
You don't want to be spanked with that belt. for
Yeah,
sure.
you don't-
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, not with a business end here.
Yeah.
Ruben, that's bullcrap. What you just
Yeah.
said. There's no trauma in your life because you got whooped.
True.
That
I'm
the
just-
reason that I love you and the way that you are is
Yeah.
because of that right there.
That's right.
You deal
I
with
got
it more
spanked.
than we do.
I got.
The,
I
kid,
did
the
duck
kids
too,
you
you
deal
know.
with don't get this.
Oh,
Ruben
yeah,
may
they
go home and cry at night. We don't know. But
So right, you're right. It's not trauma. It's
Nah.
just remembering how I was corrected
how many
when I
times
decided
you
to.
screwed up?
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
so that you call this a Latigo belt.
Hey, put it over here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Latigo?
So Latigo, yeah, it comes. This is a brown one. They come in a
It
few
should be
different
called "Let It
colors.
Go" because
Yeah.
when you grab
Let
that
it
belt,
go.
they're like, "You better let it go," because if you don't let it go, you're gonna.
Yeah.
It's really a lifetime belt.
Is this horse? What is this?
No, it's cow.
Cow. Okay.
Yeah. The only thing we make out of horse is the shell,
Okay.
and they're really small pieces. Like I said,
What do you mean the
it's just-
shell?
That's what it's called.
The ass.
Shell cordovan.
Okay.
So
Okay.
like this is
That's horse.
horse.
Okay.
Yeah.
So is that naturally that smooth?
It's beautiful. Yeah.
That's
It's-
exactly what I made out of elephant. Was that little handgun
Yeah.
holster?
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
This is for your cell phone, right?
Huh?
Cell phone. Yeah, cell phone holster people. If you need a little holster for
So
your
there's
cell
no
phone.
there's no polishing
I
or
guess you
anything.
could
This
use
is
Oh no.
wow.
No.
Okay.
No, it's funny. It's funny. And
So-
the price reflects.
Yeah.
Wow, that's pretty.
What
cool.
would a piece like that sell for?
Those will run probably 120.
Okay.
So what's the difference in the belts?
my cell phone in here to get
So the belts, so that's Latigo. Latigo is what
Ruben's
you
taking it seriously over here.
Yeah.
cell phone, baby.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking
when
about.
you like a Latigo's.
Oh, that works
Everyone
out
knows what a
well.
Latigo is on a saddle.
Yep.
So Latigo's made.
Not everyone. Explain.
Well, okay. So
We have people that live in the city that
Us-
come from Denton that listen
right,
to this.
a Latigo strap holds the saddle to the horse.
Mhm.
And it's meant to be sweat on and soaking wet and just nasty
Mhm.
and last forever.
Mm.
Because it's full of oils and wax and all the stuff that will preserve leather for a long time. So that's why we make the plain belts out of Latigo. You can't stamp them. You can't stamp them. You can't tool them. You have to use skirting to stamp or tool. So the skirting is a veg tan leather that molds.
So the Latigo process is something you guys do?
No, we buy it already like that.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
But that'd be on the cheaper line.
Yeah.
So if you just
Okay.
wanted a work belt that's going to last forever, you'd buy something
That's
like
what you
that.
get.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. So
call them heirloom belts.
okay.
Oh, yeah.
I have a
'Cause you hand
relevant
them down to your
question
You
here.
give them to your son. Or,
What you were just saying about like the oils and the all the chemicals and stuff they use in the tanning process. So
We don't use urine anymore.
that's good.
Was that a thing?
Oh,
That was
you
really
ever,
a thing?
You ever heard of pot
What?
to piss in?
Pot
Yeah.
piss in,
Yeah.
That's because the families would piss in pots and take it to the tannery.
Oh.
And the tannery
Would
would
buy it?
tan the hides with piss.
Piss.
I think
Urine.
they still do it in India and Pakistan.
Yeah, they still do it around the
What's in
world.
the piss? What's it doing?
The acids and stuff.
The
It's-
acids?
yeah.
Urea.
So it's
It's doing the what'd you call it? What'd you call the belt?
this is Latigo.
Is that what the piss is doing, or
No, the Latigo is you felt how heavy and thick and
Yeah.
kind of that's from the oils and the waxes.
right?
Right? Veg tan is not as oily and waxy. That's because you can mold it, right? You can stamp it, and the stamps will actually stay in it.
Mm.
I wish you
But-
brought your.
Wow.
I wish you brought your.
Learned something new today.
Yeah,
Oh,
but so
yeah, I know.
what's the acid in the piss doing to the leather?
Preserving.
I'm not a tanner.
Oh,
Never have been.
Okay, so on that subject, like the hot handles that slip on your cast iron pot or skillet that goes over the handle to
Y'all
protect you
make
from
those,
burning yourself.
by the way?
We could make
Oh,
those.
You
yeah.
should.
Yeah.
You should, because I need to buy a new one. And
Yeah.
here's
We should
why.
make those.
So
I need
Damn
four.
sure should
Make those.
Yeah.
That would be easy.
I need 4 of them.
Okay.
if in a hypothetical situation that definitely did not happen in reality, if your wife left this leather handle on the cast iron skillet,
The whole time it was cooking.
prepared the food, stuck it in the oven on broil
God.
at 550 degrees, and you came and found the food in the oven and the handle smoking with oily residue coming off of it.
my
I'm guessing
God.
that happened to you.
This totally did
That's
not
a lot of
ever
detail.
happen.
Hey,
So
No.
what was the Something handle that's made
Uh-huh.
out
happen.
of?
Wait.
Leather.
Remember, we're recording here. She may see
She
this.
did, yeah.
Would you eat the food?
Yes.
You would?
but
Yeah, there's
I,
nothing
but I
wrong with-
eat anything.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm-
And Matt
There's-
survived India, so we
Yes.
know
Yeah.
that.
I can eat anything.
Yes.
So
Yeah,
it's
jackfruit in Thailand,
Gotcha.
you're good.
Yeah.
Oh,
but it would be better than your normal pot holder because that might have caught on fire.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
burnt the
for
house
sure.
down. But yeah.
I think the thing that we should be taking out of here is don't put hot skillets in the oven with anything on the handle.
Yes, true.
Other than
yes.
the skillet itself.
Yeah, y'all need to make some of those though.
That would
We
be
probably
pretty
should
good.
make 'em.
I would
Yeah.
buy
Yeah.
4 of them.
Yeah,
right
Okay.
now.
see,
Tomorrow
I
I
will
will
put-
make.
I will put in a
make
down
8
payment.
of them.
that'd be awesome.
We'll make you some shell cord oven at $100 a piece.
Okay, damn.
Ooh, I just want
Those just got really expensive.
I just want some free ones with whiskey bro on it.
I need to
You
roll
want some,
back.
you want some elephant? You'll make him an
Yeah,
elephant.
elephant. Yeah, let's make them out of elephant. That's what we're
I think we have
Who
some
is this
giraffe.
guy? Is he a friend of
Yeah,
yours?
we- yeah,
I don't know.
We have giraffe also.
We have giraffe. Yeah.
You got giraffes?
Yeah.
Is that really a thing?
Oh, now you're getting into Doc's world over here. Yeah.
Y'all heard giraffes?
We make a lot of
Well,
stuff
we don't
out
have
of giraffe.
actual giraffes.
Okay.
We have skins.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Giraffes, Zambia.
There's no
I mean,
giraffe
like,
indicator. Yeah.
Giraffe. Yeah, giraffe's super popular.
Yeah.
really?
Yeah.
I think we
so
have
we make
brown
hat
gray
bands
Yeah.
for the hatters, right? Cowboy
Cowboy
hats.
hat for your cowboy hat.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
giraffe is probably the most
Yeah, since you're
popular.
African cowboy
Get
over
outta
there.
here.
Yeah, giraffe and shell. The shell and the
Yeah.
giraffe are probably the most popular. Yeah.
So now
Yeah.
Ruben has to have a
Ruben,
giraffe cowboy
dude,
hat.
we got to get you a band, bro, for your
You
hat.
do- I do.
You
we
do.
make belts out of it too.
Now he wants
You
the
do-
band so he can show people.
No, he's
Yeah.
got to match his belt to his
Yeah.
band.
That's right.
Oh,
Yeah.
Man, you know, as an
Maybe.
African cowboy, I'm trying to learn
Uh-huh.
more of these things.
Yeah.
You know, so
Then go get you a pair of giraffe boots to match.
okay,
Dude, you could get giraffe boots, giraffe belt, and a giraffe hat band,
I'd get it. 100%.
and a giraffe cell phone holder.
I'd get that too.
You know,
If I could get a giraffe, I'd get that too.
I think Virgil Leather's about to have a really good month.
Yeah.
have you ever seen giraffe boots?
I have not.
Oh,
They make giraffe
beautiful.
boots?
Beautiful.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Oh yeah.
I'm
Beautiful.
guessing it's not the color of the giraffe on the
not
boots.
not like you see, not with
Right.
the spots. Yeah.
So
It's a very distinct pattern though.
what's
Not the pattern you see on
Right,
our-
Could you
on
get that
on
pattern though? Like if you had a giraffe pattern, is that possible?
I mean,
Like,
we can get hair on giraffe.
I don't think it makes it. That's the hair, right?
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah, it's just the hair. If you get the
Okay.
hair on giraffe, you'll get the pattern. But
I've
So-
always,
get
so
the leather.
I know they can do that with hats because you get fuzzy hats. I think you have one,
I do.
and that's the hair on leather. Do people buy boots that are or anything leather that are hair on like that?
No,
That.
they just didn't burn it off the hat.
Well, I'm not going to say what I'm
Oh.
thinking, but
Oh.
yes, we wouldn't do that.
We would not do that.
No.
Okay. Yeah.
how do they make the hair stay on?
That's part of the tanning process, right?
Okay.
So in the tanning process, if you're going to have, they have like chrome tan,
Tanning,
veg
that's it.
tan, latigos. You have all these
Spray
different,
tan.
Yes. So you have all of these different tans, right? And hair on's probably the easiest
Okay,
because you're not having to extract the hair.
sure, yeah.
It's less maintenance for
yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
and the tanning process.
Tanning
Got
process.
tanning.
Yeah. You know.
You know, tanning.
Doc knows about
Doc-
tanning
Doc-
process.
Doc knows about tanning.
It's a
I'll do
push,
that tanning.
it's a push mower process.
Uncomfortable laughs all around the table.
Yes, everybody's like, wait, these
Y'all
kids.
just mad because I can tan? I don't understand it, man. That's all right. though.
Everybody's looking
Don't
over.
be-
Is Doc laughing right now? Okay, we can laugh.
Yeah.
He's laughing. We can laugh.
Yeah.
So on the different leathers that we've talked about, is there the feel of it? Can you feel the difference, or is
Very distinct. Yeah.
it very okay?
If I die first, I'm going to have them remove my testicles and make you a wallet.
That would be awesome.
That's going to be
It's gonna be a
that's going to
coin
be a
purse.
very small
We
wallet.
would have to remove the hair if we did that.
Yeah, well,
so
It's more like a coin purse.
you can't get a hair on coin purse.
No, you didn't.
no, yeah, yeah.
very small wallet.
Carry
Yeah.
a 50-cent piece.
Yeah.
Yes.
But you can make 2 wallets for me if that.
Oh,
I'm just saying.
And-
what are you
and-
saying,
I'm
Doc?
not saying
What are
nothing.
you saying
Anything.
over
I'm
there?
just pointing out some facts.
And only one belt. We've already established this.
Yeah, you only get one belt out of me.
One belt, and a Ballsack coin purse.
That's
all you
right.
get.
Dude.
Could you imagine being the? Oh, that's a fucking episode name right there. One belt.
and a ball sack.
You have a
coin
pen?
purse.
Yes, sir.
Hey, Doc, you're the writer.
All right.
Yeah, you are a scribe.
Got the
better-
glasses. I'm good.
You
One
better
belt,
watch out. He's going
one
to have
belt,
arsenic in your
one
future.
belt, and a ball
Looking forward-
sack
he's
coin
looking-
purse.
He's looking forward to this.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's like
That's what
I'm,
I
I am worth.
I'm measuring up my coin
Yeah, yeah.
purse right now.
He's measuring you from your waist to your shoulder
I
now.
thought I was a
Is this
worth
gonna
alive more than dead, but maybe not so
Maybe
much now.
not so much. Yep. Not only do I get your wife and kid, but I get your ball sack too now. Yeah.
Do it without the balls. It'll be empty, so you can put whatever you want in. Could you imagine being the
said sack.
mortician? Like Virgil Leather kicks in the door, like we need a
We need
few
to-
minutes with his
I mean,
corpse.
They did make those. Indians made them out of deer.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
I've
Took
seen
the
those.
ball
Yep.
sack.
Yeah. Okay.
In Australia, you can buy ball sack coin purses from kangaroos all over the place. Yeah.
Really?
Really?
Yeah.
After
Yeah,
you eat 'em.
Australia. You've
I've
been up in there.
definitely seen those.
You've been up in that neck of woods, right?
I had
Ain't
to
that where
live
you-
there.
He loves
lived up there in a while?
Fortunately,
Yeah.
You lived in Australia.
He loves Australians.
He loves them. Yeah, that's what I heard.
Yeah.
Loves them.
No.
Yeah.
100%.
You got that over there, Doc?
He's
I'm
still
just taking
writing.
notes, man.
Oh,
Like,
okay,
this
yeah.
is
I can
interesting.
make sure
you're
you're taking notes.
Did we ever like broach the subject of how you two met? I don't think we did.
No, yeah. Tell us that. Was it Victory?
No, actually,
No.
No.
it was Chris.
The
Oh,
pink,
yeah.
The pink elephant.
We met at church.
Unicorn night. Oh, church.
We met at church.
Oh, so
Same,
we
yeah.
just changing something. We're going
Just
to
when
church
you-
now.
You thought it was
And
going
then-
to be
yeah.
something
Go to
dirty,
church,
didn't you?
yeah.
And then we have coffee every Friday morning. So there's a group of guys that
Yeah,
have
you
coffee
do.
every Friday morning. So
that I've never been invited to.
Yeah,
Say
we don't
Chris,
invite
is
you.
this-
you're there
Chris from
every
Grace.
day.
He's there,
anyway.
but he's there, but we don't invite him up.
Yeah.
Because you know he's going to be there, right?
We're polite to
He's
him.
too interested
Yeah.
in ball sack
And
purses.
they also know, even though I'm not invited, I'm just going to walk up and sit down with
For
them.
them anyway. Yeah, it's how it goes at the coffee shop.
That is how it goes. At the coffee
Sometimes
shop.
sketchy mofo's walk in looking.
Yeah, sometimes, dude. I was at our establishment up at the Chief, and I got these freaking text messages. There was this freaking dude walking around Decatur, Texas this week in full blown.
Y'all got pictures, man? Oh, man.
we'll have
Rock.
to, here.
Okay.
Yeah, keep talking amongst yourself. I'll send some pictures.
Oh, no, I'm going to find them right now.
Oh, you
That's
have
what
them?
I'm
Okay.
doing. That's
Look.
what some of us have to work here.
Yeah, that's right.
I
Some of us.
thought they posted it on their.
Have y'all seen? Have y'all seen our lovely Doc?
Nope.
What he did to this lovely county of Wise? He
Bringing some cultural-
tell us what you text me.
There we go.
Hey.
Cultural competency.
Yeah.
Oh, I did see that. I did see that.
Hey,
You
so
know,
he
this
texted me
is-
this, and he says, "Hey brother, I'm testing Decatur's
Cultural competency.
Yeah, and when my reply was,
So there
hey,
we go. That's Christian,
putting on, yeah,
but not the Kamadul.
yeah, look at that, that's awesome. Kamadul, is that what's called?
What is it? Kamul. So it's a
okay.
thing to wrap around your head. So if you go to my page, you can find. I got some really good pictures. I was down at Trinity, and did that. So it was just out and trying to
Did you get a lot of looks?
I got tons of looks.
Tons of looks.
Oh, I bet
Oh,
you
I
did.
got
I bet
tons
you
of
did.
looks.
I can only imagine.
But keep going down.
But
Yep.
see, there's
that's
our normal
Yeah,
version.
that's the
normal.
real.
That's just the
There's-
Western.
yeah, that's
me.
redneck.
Hey, wait,
Redneck
go
Ruben.
back to that
Normal.
picture.
There's
Go
no
back to
giraffe
that
hat
picture.
band in
No,
this.
go back.
Oh,
okay.
come on,
We need a
man.
giraffe hat.
All
band
right.
Yeah, I
in the
need
picture.
that, man.
Hang on, we got to say something about Blood, Sweat, Texas here.
Yeah, Blood, Sweat, Texas.
yeah,
man.
well, you got it
This
right
is-
here too.
On
Yeah.
my shirt, on my hoodie.
Yes.
So one of
give
my
him a shout out,
one
bro.
of my boys, man, 2 years ago we connected and he was talking about that like a dream and then made it happen. And so he's out of Detroit, Michigan, moved down here to Texas and just loves this
We
culture
could make
out
leather
here.
hat bands that say Blood, Sweat, Texas. on
Yes,
them.
sir.
Yeah.
Yes,
Y'all need to-
sir.
y'all need to
we
hook
need
up with him.
We need a parlay, man.
Yeah.
So
Excuse
Blood-
You can come see the shop, just sit
so-
down and look.
Yes,
They
sir.
also have to have Whiskey Bros in there now too.
Yeah,
'cause you're at
Whiskey
this
Bros.
happens
Hey,
at
wait
the
a
table.
minute. Ruben,
Yeah.
you almost have a giraffe headband on right now.
It's
Look,
rattlesnake.
I mean, you know how much that hat was?
$25.
$25, $30.
That's what I'm talking
Was
about.
that a
And
gas
people
station
love
hat?
it. No, I actually got it at a hat shop. They were just on sale. They're trying to
Okay.
get rid of them. So We got
You
that.
need
I
a
think-
big old giraffe.
Yeah,
head.
right
we
there,
go.
baby.
There we go.
That's Matt, my boy Matt. Love
Yes,
that dude,
sir.
man. Out
Matt
of Trinity.
Fisher.
And you
So-
straight up walked into a podunk
Oh.
country town in this garb
Bro.
and said, "Give me a coffee."
Hey,
And
you
I
know-
had sunglasses. I didn't wear the sunglasses. I wanted to temper it a bit.
Yeah, you put the
Okay.
You know,
sunglasses
it's the
on, bro.
sunglasses. You know, you start getting phone calls.
Uh-huh.
Police start showing up.
Yeah,
There we go.
he sent me a picture with the sunglasses on,
Yeah.
and I asked him. I said, "Hey,
So
bro,
that's the-
you didn't leave your bag laying around anywhere, did you?"
Yeah. No.
Because people be
You
getting
know
weird.
how many
bro.
comments I got about that? Y'all make bags too?
Yeah.
Did you get
Okay.
so what is this? Tell us what this like robe is called.
Yeah, it's called a jalabia. You know, it's Ramadan going on right now.
Okay.
The Muslim holiday of fasting. And I have, being from Chad, I have lots of friends who are Muslims. And so, and that's just a better wear for hot climates. Because when I went back home to Chad,
Ruben, wait a
so-
minute. Say it. This will be the first time on Whiskey Bro history.
What happened?
What does the Muslims say to each other when they greet them?
Salam alaikum.
Booyah!
Alaikum salam.
Yeah, see?
Man,
First time on Whiskey
yeah,
Bro
I love
history,
my
brother.
boys, man. Back up in Africa, they really took good care of me.
Unless you want to
so,
bomb us, and then we're
you
gonna
know,
no kill you all.
no one's
I'm
trying
just,
to do
I'm just
any of that,
saying,
man.
That's what we
That's
do.
just-
It's what we do.
no one's trying to do that.
Hey, you know what's
so-
cool about this picture?
Yeah.
For all my Texas brothers, you got two dudes here,
Yep.
both wearing pajamas.
And
Matt's got his sweatpants on.
No, you didn't. He. Now I'm coming out my shell. Oh, we about to. I'm sorry, boys. These guys, we gotta. This is why I do what I do to educate individuals.
That's
And say,
right.
hey, we all peoples, man. We
That's
all
right.
peoples.
Same. That's the same people.
And Matt
man.
welcomed me in. It was good. So, like I said, that's better for depending on the climate.
You know
live
that
in, so.
I have something similar in my closet
You do.
because
Okay.
I spent 5 years in Pakistan.
Yeah. The Indians wear long robes, which is cooler, right?
Shalwar kameez.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's great for the climate.
Similar.
Like you wear jeans.
Similar, but it's two part. You know, you get the pillowy pants with
the pants underneath. Yeah.
What'd you
Yeah,
call
with
it?
the
What'd you
split-
call it?
shalwar kameez.
That's what the thing. The
yeah. Well, the shalwar and the kameez, the pants and the.
and yours is called what, Ruben?
What? Jalabia.
Yeah, that's the whole thing.
Jalab-
Jalabia.
yeah.
Yeah, that's the whole. That's
Okay.
the hot top part's called turban or turban.
That's what I want.
yeah. Oh, I think Imama
Yeah, so I have
in Saudi Arabia.
I have a little hat that rolls up and it looks like a little pizza hat or whatever.
Okay, pizza
Did you say pizza hat? What's a pizza hat?
I don't know.
guys.
Like
we,
an old school cook
for my
hat.
international
you know what
folks, we working with them. We are working with these folks. But they want to
Pizza
learn.
hat.
So
I don't know what I don't know what the,
The
name of the
proper
hat
term
is. I don't
is,
know what the
yeah.
name of
Pizza
the
hat.
hat is.
Pizza
But
hat.
I mean, it's like it rolls up. It's
Yeah.
like what you see for the like a Bedouin. A Bedouin would wear.
I mean, all jokes aside, that does look really comfortable.
but it serves a purpose,
Oh,
you know.
I'm gonna
that,
tell you
Do
that.
you have to wear the pants?
you
That's
know,
what. That's the
it's-
same thing I asked him.
I get that question.
I
Well,
did.
you know,
I asked him.
You know, in Pakistan they don't.
That what do they
So
wear?
like the kids just wear the top, but jeans.
Jeans underneath.
It's
Yeah,
becoming like the new
the
thing.
new thing. Yeah. Well,
No, I asked him. I said, Ruben, I was like, I agree with you. This is probably cooler. I said, but
Yeah.
what's the deal with the pants, bro? Just wear the robe.
Yeah.
well, yeah. But if you're out in
Now
public,
you
could-
might not be able to because what you just said a while ago. Obviously, you're bigger than we are.
I'm going to tell you that it's the
You
most
got more that
that's the
can
most
sneak
comfortable
out of the
shit you're
robe.
gonna wear.
It looks really. It does look really
Hey,
comfortable.
this is your
telling you.
words, not mine, brother.
It's almost like you're wearing nothing.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
about
yeah.
And you
Yeah,
can
yeah.
wear shorts underneath. You can wear jeans. You can wear, the pants that I'm wearing there.
I
Yeah.
don't do that.
Yeah,
When I
but-
put that on,
yeah.
I'm all free.
That's
Okay.
the same thing.
That's
You got to
do
let
you.
the breeze. You got to let the
Yeah.
You got
breeze
the breeze.
flow
The
through.
breeze.
Yes,
It's
the
better
breeze.
to let the breeze flow through all these questions of sacks we've been talking about than wearing jeans.
Yeah.
That's the same thing.
No.
If I was ever man enough to sport a kilt out in the public,
Yeah.
I would sport it
no
with
underwear.
nothing.
Well, you got
Definitely.
to.
Yeah,
Nobody's wearing underwear under a kilt.
No, you
No.
can't wear anything under.
No.
We don't have anything to worry about though, as far as exposure. Ruben
No,
now has to wear
Ruben.
pants because a giant fucking third leg
Yes.
could just fall
Especially
out
on
at any
a
minute.
kilt. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if you people can see the mic in front of Ruben, but that's what he's got to worry about.
All right.
Ruben, hey,
I
you
take
said it, brother. You said it.
I'm taking it.
Okay. So in about July and August, that would be a really nice outfit here.
That is nice.
Just
I like it.
Matt is also from Detroit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you know
Yep,
that?
I
Okay.
watched his
Yeah.
podcast. Yep, he's also
Well,
from Detroit.
neither of you are
So.
truly
Not me.
from Detroit.
Not me.
Not this Matt.
Matt Fisher.
That Matt.
Yeah,
Fisher.
Matt Fisher.
Yeah.
He's originally from California. You're originally from Chad, but you both have spent a lot of time in Detroit. So
I was more in Grand Rapids, but Michigan in
it's,
general.
you know, it's,
same difference, I guess.
We're from Decatur, but when people ask, and you're like, yeah, Fort Worth.
Yeah,
No, I'm
Fort
from Decatur. Actually,
he said the state of Decatur.
the state. Actually, I'm from
Decatur.
Taylorsville, what it should still be called.
This is the worst picture I've ever seen in my
What
life.
I know when
this?
Chad posts, it's like I can't even see me,
You
and
can't.
I'm like, Chad, come on, dog.
Yeah, I can see your
Like,
smile.
I was like,
The exposure is
That's all
not
right.
helping your
he did no
cause.
coloring.
Terrible.
The lighting was off.
What is
I was like,
this photo?
I don't know.
I don't know.
man.
That's
I don't
not
know.
that's not a good tribute to the chief
it's
or
not.
to Ruben.
Do better,
You
Chief.
could, but that's my
Do
boy.
better.
That's my boy.
That's our boy right there.
That's
That's right.
To the chief.
Oh my goodness! So you two met each other at church.
Yeah.
At you said Chris, right? So that's Grace. Is that
No.
This is
No,
different Chris?
Victory.
Okay.
Victory.
Gotcha. I don't guess I know that Chris. I only know the other Chris.
Yeah. Is Chris the youth? Who's Chris?
Utes.
Chris is one of the associate pastors.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
What's
He started a church in Fort Worth and a movie theater
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
before COVID.
Oh,
And
COVID.
Garrett worked up there. He
Yeah.
like picked people to come work up there. Garrett worked up there. That's where I met him.
okay.
And he gave me a frog, because we make them out of frog too. You know,
Frog leather?
frog leather. Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you make out of
Yeah.
frog leather?
Holsters.
Holsters, actually.
Yeah.
Cell phone holsters.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Really?
Uh-huh.
Mm.
But you'd like it. It's actually quite nice.
It is really cool. Yeah.
I do enjoy the occasional frog leg.
So is frog
But
leather?
the frogs are from Africa, actually. I think.
Oh,
Yeah.
You could look it up on Google.
Because they're
again.
gigantic.
Ruben, you got frogs in Africa, bro?
We got tons of frogs.
You got
man.
giant
a lot,
frog-
we
you
got
got
a lot
giant
of things
frog.
in Africa.
You do. I've been there, brother. I know.
yeah,
I know.
half of
Oh,
which
yeah,
will
you've been there.
half
Yeah.
of which is venomous and will fucking hunt you
Yeah,
down and
that's
kill
right.
you.
Dude, when
think
I
that-
was
that may be
there,
where it
I
comes
seen
from, or
I
Brazil or
seen
something.
I seen species of bugs that I'd never even seen before in my life.
Yeah.
What am I searching for? African frog leather?
No,
African
just
frog leather.
Frog leather.
Do you know what part of Africa specifically? Because you know Africa's big.
It is kind of
It's
big.
like it's
Yeah.
huge. It's not like
It's the continent I haven't been to.
okay.
that don't tell us
know.
anything.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, that's it. Right there.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
Yeah, right there.
Mm.
That looks like Ballsack.
Yeah, so you get that really cool grain, you know what I mean? Like
That's
Okay.
those little bubbles.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
you can feel them. It's like a
Oh,
texture
really?
thing too.
I'm gonna have to. Okay, I'm gonna have to talk to you about a frog leather holster.
Yeah, and that's all you get. One holster in the middle.
because there's nobody around here that's got a frog leather holster.
No,
well, I
not
do.
anymore. Yeah.
Well, you don't count, Matt.
Look at this. Look at this pattern. That's cool.
Wow.
That's exactly what my testicles will look like by age
Wow.
90. So
That's
Yeah.
what your testicles look like now.
Heath does want hair on those.
Yeah, I want hair on.
that's
Yeah.
a pretty good. Is it thick and robust?
No.
Like it,
No.
I was going to say, they're thin
Super
skin.
thin. We line it.
Okay.
With skirting, but yeah.
Look at here's some shoes. No, those.
Oh, man.
That's just.
God, that's
sweet.
California
That's
gay.
totally not frog
Yeah,
leather.
No.
That's
But the shoes look
not
nice.
Look-
good.
Can you find a final product? I want to see what the final leather product look like. Does
Oh,
it?
look at this dyed
So
red. I like that.
compared to
Yeah.
your horse leather holster,
Yeah.
besides just the frog grain
There's a knife sheath up there. Looks pretty cool.
Where do you see it? Right here?
over it, yeah.
That one? Oh, yeah. That's cool. I like
see,
that.
That's badass. Okay, I'm gonna need a holster.
Yeah. Virgil is
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah,
So
I'm
do y'all
coming
have is there a website we can look up real quick?
VirgilLeather.com. We don't have everything
We need
on
to
it.
get it redone. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's basic. Most of our customers are repeat customers. Most of our customers are wholesale customers.
Yeah.
We're just now kind of
Yeah, that's a tools belt.
Yep.
Oh well, log
What
in.
happened?
Oh,
Show us your
there you
login real quick.
No.
Tool and stamp.
This is so tools.
Tool and
that's a
stamped.
belt that's we called it a combo. So it's like
this one.
half tooled, half stamped,
That's beautiful.
right?
It is.
Yeah, that's a lizard up there too.
Yeah,
Where?
so the yellow holster's a lizard, that's
Yeah.
rattlesnake, diamondback.
Oh man, I would love.
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't care how cheesy and cliche it is now. I would still love a pair of rattlesnake
Hey,
boots.
what are these
Oh yeah,
things?
Wow.
absolutely.
What are
Yes.
these
But
things
that to
in,
be done right.
in the bottom left square?
Bottom left.
Just-
Yes.
So we used to do a whole lot of like field notes books, like little notebooks, but field notes you can take them out and replace them. And
Okay, so is that
I mean-
something y'all would do, like a binder or portfolio,
Yeah.
Portfolio
checkbook
thing.
covers?
yeah, we
Y'all
do
do
a lot
one?
of
Shit.
a lot of portfolios. a
Ooh,
lot
I might need a new one for my
Yeah.
job.
That's pretty cool. And that's, I mean, you know, you don't have to be somebody that needs to walk in the door and I need a pair of boots. No, this is real world stuff that you can
Yeah.
use every fucking day.
What are
Yeah.
those things that says MGM Grand on it? Those coasters?
I worked with the MGM Grand for a few years. as their belt maker. So I would go out
Yeah,
there
but
every
those
year
aren't
doing-
belts. What are those? Are those coasters? Or?
Yeah, those were coasters.
Oh.
Yeah.
Speaking of coasters,
For custom. Okay, so these are your ball caps that we've got here.
Yep. Some of the ball caps.
And then 17 holsters. Let's look at some of these. I know
Shark.
Yeah, shark.
shark.
Yeah.
Shark.
that. Okay.
Yeah.
Chocolate shark.
There's some snake, python.
Yep,
Okay.
pythons, yeah.
Are these natural?
Python's really cool too.
There's
Are these natural tones, or do you dye these to get some of
they're
these
dyed
colors?
when we get them.
Okay.
Yeah, we buy them that way.
Very cool. Ooh.
Yep.
Still do
Giraffe
like ostrich.
right there. Yeah.
Where's the giraffe one?
Giraffes on the right side?
The
Yeah.
black gray.
Okay, so that is pretty cool.
So it's
That's a
very
really
distinct.
Cool
you
texture.
you
Yeah,
can
it
tell
is.
giraffe from a while. Yeah.
Okay.
See, that's what I'm talking about. No frog.
No frog.
No, we didn't have
Elephant, vintage.
I'm gonna have to
brown.
get a frog.
So the frog and the stingray, we used to charge more for, but
What if I bring you a stingray?
if it's already tanned, I'll do it.
No,
Yeah.
no. I'm just gonna
No.
bring you a
Yeah,
dead
no.
stingray.
No.
I was supposed to get an alligator wallet made from the last trip, whatever. I don't know
See
if that
what's
never
on the
happened.
second page.
Oh, there is another page, yeah.
We have a
Yeah.
whole alligator hide, actually, American alligator.
So
Oh,
there's
okay.
the shell right there on the right
Yeah.
side.
Wow. Yeah, that is a huge
Yeah.
difference.
And then that
Okay.
shell bottom left, and then American alligator.
That's actually out of the hide I was just talking about.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ah.
So that's what you got right here with you, right? The marble. Is that marble?
Yeah.
Yeah, the red one.
Okay.
Yep. So the
Yeah.
red one. Yep.
So can you make me an alligator wallet?
Good.
Of
Do you
course.
have the stuff in
We
to do
do.
that? Okay.
We do.
Yeah, we have a whole American alligator hide. And shit.
Cost on that estimate
Big.
Negotiation.
Yeah. It's
less than 500.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
we shall talk.
We shall talk here.
Yes.
Mm.
So a lot of pretty cool stuff here, and then a lot of cool stuff that aren't even not even
No.
pictured in there.
Right.
We have some of the said cool stuff.
Yeah, we
can show
do. We
people.
pass some of these. Where did
Well, you
the-
know what happened?
Oh yeah, you've got.
So
them.
when we started this, Garrett was like, "I want to make belts again,"
Yeah.
and pulled
Okay,
off his
well,
belt.
okay,
mountain.
wait a minute before you go too far on that.
Hold
So
the
you
thought,
met
though.
each other. You met each other at church. Sorry, I've been drinking whiskey.
Do you need more?
What conversation? And I think that's where you were going. I want to start making belts again.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Yeah, I think you should." You know, it was just out of a Friday conversation or whatever.
Yep.
Ooh, that means margaritas or
Irish coffees.
Irish coffees. Yeah,
maybe.
Irish coffees. That's
Yeah,
right.
maybe.
So I want to start making belts again. You said, let's do it.
No, not
Continue
right away. It was just I just felt like I wanted to be part of it. I thought it was cool, and
Yeah.
I talked to Garrett a bunch about it, and I just asked him to be a part of it, and he let me.
Had you had any experience or skill with any of
Hell
that
no.
yet? Okay.
Oh, I said aerospace, right?
Yeah, you did. You did. But
I had a lot of skill traveling and going to
same.
India and doing whatever,
Yeah.
but I never, no. But it interests me, and I really thought it was cool. So,
gotcha.
and then I just did a bunch of homework. I think the biggest thing for us, if we made the belts, and that's what we're trying to push back into. You know, what happened was we said we're going to make belts and we're going to make these leather products, and we make a bunch of handles for hat cans and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
Mhm.
That came through a lot, and
And we still do.
you know,
That's a
Garrett has
lot.
contacts at NRS, like you said, and we went to NRS, and you know, we're going to sell them tack or you know, leather products, whatever. And they're like, we're really more interested in the hats.
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of what happened.
Like just regular old ball caps.
Yeah. So like
Okay.
the leather patch hats and the you know, Schottky stuff.
Nice.
And we had a whole like plan to make belts and market them different and do all those things, and they just wanted leather patch hats. And so we kind of shifted focus for a while, but now we're shifting back in. You know, we've kind of got the leather patch hat stuff going on. We've got all that stuff happening, and we're doing well with that.
Yeah.
And so now we're trying to move back into what we originally started at, which
Okay.
was making a belt that you could hand down to your son.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And we have some big things we're going to do in that regard. You're not going to buy belts from us like you buy it. One of the things I noticed was, you know, because I didn't do this business, and so when I got in it, I was like, I'm gonna see where we can push these things, because I appreciated it, and I couldn't buy what Garrett had on his waist. You know what I mean? And so I went to NRS, and I went to every cowboy place I could possibly go to, Mavericks and Miletti's, and just looked for where the market was.
Mhm.
And, you know, right now you can go to NRS and you can buy a belt and I'd had some of them that were going to last maybe a year or two, and they're going to start breaking down or, you know, whatever. And there just wasn't a market position that had something as great as what Garrett could make.
Mm.
And so that's what we're going to start pushing now. Yeah, I think the only comparable thing right now is those Henry belts or whatever that you see online.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's similar, and we could probably produce it for cheaper. These Latigo belts, or just even the veg tan belts that we stain, that'd be something that you could hand down to your son.
Okay.
I mean, so you buy one belt basically,
And it lasts over a lifetime. It lasts for generations.
You're gonna have different colors, and
Sure.
eventually when you get them, you're gonna be like, well, now I want an elephant belt, or I want a giraffe belt. Yeah, whatever. But that's kind of the point. You buy this belt, you pay a little bit, maybe a little bit more, and I'm not much more really. I mean, you could buy those Latigo belts for cheaper than what you could buy an $80 belt at NRS for.
Yeah, and you know what kind of like people are behind the product, and that it's not coming from child labor or something like that, where you might order something from Amazon that looks nice, but you don't know what kind of conditions those people have been put through.
Well, right. And if you live here in Decatur, especially, you could come in and get measured. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's really truly, even if you get a Latigo belt, it's still custom belt.
Yeah.
Measured to you.
Only one in the world like
you can watch Garrett make it.
Yeah. That's
nice.
It costs extra to watch me.
To watch you. Yeah.
like a little plexiglass room.
Upcharge.
Not well. He will get dressed in various clothing. However
You
want.
serve drinks still?
Yeah.
I'm gonna serve
We always,
I always have
drinks at the shop.
Yeah.
all right, I'm coming. I'll be there.
I want y'all to do the classes again. I think that'll be awesome.
I would do the classes in a heartbeat.
You're such a hypocrite.
Yeah.
No, look at
now
you.
that I know what you're
Just
talking
don't-
about.
That feels like a bad
invite-
time.
We have come full circle on this, right? He's like, this isn't a fun thing to do.
Well, all
I really
I
wanna
said
do
was,
this.
is I've never heard anybody say it's a fun night out to go tool leather.
But it's drinks and tools together, so
But
you
when-
never know.
Yes.
Were there so many crazy sessions because
Yeah.
of tools and leather?
Dude,
I
that
mean,
was fun. Yeah.
We're talking about having a party too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're gonna have a
Yes.
bonfire out there, so maybe we could do something in
Yes.
conjunction. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe have like
you
a
need
daytime.
a marketing guy. I'm right here. I can put all those whatever in house. We'll talk later. No.
Yeah.
We could do it. Yeah.
There was something on my mind about asking about the leather process, but since you don't tan it, I think it went to the recycle bin.
What about the tooling process?
Well, I mean, you were there during the belt, so you can
Yep.
see from cutting the leather to having a belt, there is a lot of steps.
Yeah, it's not just a stamp and it's done.
No. I mean, there's ways to cheat, but we don't cheat, right? So, there's a lot that goes into them.
Did you have your epic beard back then? If this
No.
would have probably been 2015.
Actually, so I did have
It is
a
quite
beard
giant,
this
I think.
long
Yeah.
and around 16,
Okay.
and then I cut it off. And
We call it pre-COVID.
yes,
Is what we call that.
Yes, and honestly, I don't really like beards, but I don't like to
Really?
shave either.
What?
So,
Oh, man.
right on me, like because it's
Glorious.
maintenance.
Well, you have. I hate to
just-
tell you this, but
It
you have
is
about
maintenance.
10 inches in beard there. If you hate it so much,
you think that's 10 inches?
I don't. Yeah.
That's what.
Yes.
Is that your wife
Yes.
that measured his
Yes,
beard?
that's what he's been told.
My personal assessment, Matt.
That's what he's been told.
Actually, that looked.
Looks like about 5 inches to me.
that looks.
Yeah.
That's more like
Ru-
about
Ru-
13 or 14.
Ruben's about to get up and show you what 10 is.
I think you got an exponent in there somewhere.
someone else's imagination right here, man.
We're not going to compare.
We'll be all right.
No.
That would be too awkward. Yeah.
Oh, I got a question. Like, what is the most bizarre request you've had for a product?
For anything, yeah. You don't have to.
You don't have to name drop,
name people, but
or do you think they're listening to this show?
they may or may not be.
One man's freak is another man's.
Yeah.
I mean,
I mean, we've already
virtue.
said ball sack pouch.
yeah, but that's around the world. Everyone has ball sack
There's nobody in
pouches.
Decatur ordering a ball sack pouch.
Can you make a human
No,
ball
oh.
sack pouch? I don't think you can.
I don't know.
Make
I don't know, man.
Legally,
Maybe
I mean,
some
legally.
ethical
I've
things.
made
No.
made restraints.
I think you have to, I think you have to put it in your will.
that makes
Leather
sense.
handcuffs?
Yeah,
that makes sense.
yeah, restraints.
They're soft for her pleasure.
Oh.
I don't know who's getting handcuffed. I'm just assuming.
yeah.
It's made out of frog.
Frog.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a good question. Is frog leather as strong as other leather?
No.
No, actually, you know what the strongest leather is?
No,
It's
you're going
crazy.
to tell us though. I like it.
It's kangaroo.
Hmm.
So they have the
Mm.
tightest woven fibers out of leather. So we use kangaroo to lace things.
Really?
I'm okay with that. Those things are assholes.
They kind of are.
They're horrible. They're like rats.
Yeah,
good boxers.
and that will kick your ass, rats.
Well,
they're good boxers.
Yeah.
In Australia, you'll see them dead all over the roads. They're horrible pests that nobody likes. Yeah, they're horrible.
Have you made anything out of like wild boars that run around these territories?
We do use pig leather in almost all of our holsters. We line the insides.
Okay. Why pig leather?
It's soft.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That's astonishing.
Because the boars that we've
take many bullets to put in the dirt.
Not that we would know this.
Well, we buy pig split suede.
Okay.
So we use suede for the inside. Yeah.
Okay, let's explain that. The difference between suede and leather.
Suede's fuzzy.
Okay.
And like a full grain leather is smooth.
So a shaven Ballsack versus a full bearded one.
Yeah.
Fuzzy.
Yeah. Suede. Everybody knows what
Does
suede
all
is.
Not
leather?
the same as fuzzy. That's not the same.
Not the
Is
same
it a
as
process
fuzzy.
to make leather into suede? Or does it come naturally off the animal in a suede?
No,
form?
it doesn't.
So it is a
has to be
process.
It's a
made.
process.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
How would you take a nice smooth grain leather like that and
You
turn it
would
into
not
suede?
because that is beautiful.
That is beautiful. Yes.
Yeah, you would never do that.
Okay, so not that, but normal leather. How would you convert it into suede leather?
I don't know.
We don't do that.
They're not tanners.
We're not
Okay.
tanners.
that's part of the tanning
I mean,
process.
I think
Yeah.
you looked up a lot of things about tanners before.
Yeah.
Yes.
Suede.
I gotta have some
I'm
subject
not a
material.
tanner, but what I believe suede is so some leather's very thick,
Yeah.
right? So what they'll do is they'll split it, and the
Yeah, that's okay.
nice part of the leather will be full grain.
Yeah.
And the splits, they will like sand it or
Okay.
something and to make the suede, and that will be that's why it's cheaper.
Okay, so they're
So they don't want to waste anything, right?
they're I like how they're doing it. They're
Yes.
making excess into something marketable.
Yes.
Well,
Like
that's
this is something like like they did with fucking chicken wings.
Yes.
They used to throw like chicken wings.
Yeah.
Those were waste.
chicken feet. Yep.
Those were waste. And now it's like a huge industry. So what they did with suede leather was like, well, this is discard, but let's just call it suede. And now everybody will want it because it's
Sort of
suede.
Vegan leather. Same, same.
That shell Cordovan is actually the membrane underneath the hide, so you're not getting the top level hide.
Yep.
You're getting the membrane that actually makes that muscle twitch when they get flies on them.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the
Yeah,
reason
so
it's the
Yeah.
ass cheek is because it doesn't bend and fold.
Right.
So there's no wrinkles in it.
Mm.
You know how we bend and fold everywhere, right? So the ass cheek doesn't. And so you get this perfectly smooth, beautiful piece of leather out.
Yeah,
of
and
it.
part of the reason that it's so
Yeah.
expensive is because it's only that.
Yeah.
small
it's this big.
It's that small area.
Yeah.
That doesn't.
If you want to
bend.
pay $500 for a piece of leather that's this big,
But then that's what you get.
right?
Yeah.
You get something very
It's
nice.
Pretty
Yeah.
beautiful. Cool.
Yeah, that lasts.
Mhm.
Durable.
We gotta
So we have
pass some of these things around and show them on the camera.
we've been talking about leather. It seems like.
Yeah,
but
y'all
you
don't do
guys
just leather.
Literally
Everything.
everything.
Shirts, hats,
Guns.
Yeah.
guns. You make your own guns.
Like you.
He's got one on the table.
Oh no shit.
So we
So
got
this
a fiber
is a
laser.
replica
We got a fiber
This is your
laser
camera.
last year.
fake plastic gun that we brought in.
Yes. Fake plastic gun.
So we got a fiber laser last year.
Yeah.
like Derek
Is
explained.
that okay? Can you bring that closer to this camera, Garrett?
Yeah, suck
Is
it
that-
in there. Oh,
hold it.
back it up
It'll
a little
find
bit. Focusing there, right there. Turn it. There you go.
Okay.
Now
So I
bring,
can kinda
bring
see
it a
that.
wee bit closer. Bring it in. Bring it in. Yeah.
Is that Cerakoted or is that
No, this is engraved.
that is engraved?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
And they do everything, which
How-
we have.
How
Well, go
many
ahead.
hours did that take?
15 minutes.
20?
God. Okay.
Yeesh.
Yeah.
If I brought in, I don't know, a 45 ACP, what would it cost to engrave it like that?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah.
Some of that
Well, we're in
Okay.
we're in
contract.
the beginning of stages of that too. You
Okay.
know,
Yeah.
This-
We've only been engraving our
Negotiation.
guns.
Yeah.
Because we're
We're trying to practice.
Yeah.
Testing.
We got our license to do it.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, we have an FFO.
which was a process. And then we wanted to make sure our guns were the first ones.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure. That is
Yeah,
pretty
but
freaking.
You have to
you
practice with
need-
depth and all that stuff.
If you
too.
need more to practice on, I'm just saying.
When they were lost
Give them to
in
us.
a boat.
Yeah, give them to us. Yeah, we'll do them.
All right.
Yeah.
Is this done with a laser or
Yes.
okay?
Before-
Fiber laser.
Before we leave tonight,
Yep.
I will.
That is a pretty cool thing because Cerakoting is everywhere.
What is that?
Yes.
Explain
That's
to people
what
that don't
is
know.
on the guns. Well, I can't. There's nothing I'm pointing at over there. That's
a drum set.
yeah, it's a beautiful drum set. But before we lost ours, they had colorful camouflage stuff. That's all Cerakote.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
I don't
And
know
you can
how it works.
Cerakote over the engraving.
Yeah,
I'm going
Right.
to explain what Cerakoting is.
I don't know. We're not here to talk about that.
It's like powder coating, right?
yeah, I think so.
It's a process.
I really.
like a
but
dipped-
my point is, everybody does it. Not everybody.
Well, it's a chemical thing.
Not everybody does
Oh.
engraving like that. You can't just go out and find that.
No.
No.
So that's something really cool. that
Nobody
you're
in
gonna be
Decatur
offering.
does it either,
Or Wise County?
except us.
Give me an
Probably
estimate.
not Wise County either.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm
Nobody.
Spitballing. Yeah.
between 600 and 1,500.
That's
Yep.
pretty cool. But your gun is now one of a kind,
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
assuming you don't
And-
lose it.
It's custom, man.
and it can be it could be very much one of a kind
Can,
because
can I get this on my...
you can.
You could.
Yes.
We're gonna have to go find that lake again.
Yeah, I'm going to have to dig them up. Whoever stole them all, yeah.
I can't believe you guys don't smoke cigars or something.
I know. All right.
We have before.
Yeah, I've got a pretty hard set policy against no cigars in here. It's just it lingers so long, and
So
then
long.
Oh yeah, it does.
I don't know if you like.
Well, you see
I
all
cannot-
this.
Yeah,
It
they
just-
absorb.
It'd be all in.
Don't get me
that,
wrong.
yeah.
I love smoking cigars,
So
but I
you
cannot
need somebody to
stand-
donate a filter.
Well, we have
even
one,
with a filter. I think.
but
Well, we have a ozone cleaner, if you will. But
Yeah,
it
those
just,
don't work very well.
no,
either.
I cannot stand the smell of stale cigars like the day
It'll-
after.
It'll stay in all that foam.
Well,
for-
when you 3 weeks down the road, you walk in the door, you're like, God, it smells like an ashtray in here. It's just overbearing. That's why we smoke cigars outside. of
Now,
the
if somebody
secret
sponsors us
location.
for Joe Rogan level of
There you go.
income,
Yes.
then I'll put
Yeah.
100 fucking rabbit. We'll just build a new studio with equipped HVAC or what is it the
Yes.
chief has in the ceilings now?
Blue.
blue
Yeah,
something.
we'll get some of
those.
those, and
Blue.
Yeah.
Well, this room would only need one of them, but
Yeah.
well, we'd build a new room.
yes,
We would, if we had $100 million, we could kind of say,
only if we had that.
Yeah.
But back on the subject of all the shit you guys do, we happen to have some stuff you guys have done for us,
Okay.
and we have some freaking
The restraints.
the restraints. You didn't
No.
bring me no restraints.
Oh,
which
okay. Oh, all right.
I really would like to have a frog restraint,
You want
Okay.
restraints?
mainly because you said the frog was not as tough as regular. So we have Whiskey Row coasters made.
Beautiful.
Which different styles, different kinds, and this is how do you get this into said leather? What did you call this?
Laser.
Laser,
Yeah.
and then we have this thing, which is this granite? What is this?
Slate.
Slate? Is that also lasered into that?
That is laser.
I mean, that's pretty goddamn amazing. Right
Yeah,
there.
that's pretty nice.
Yeah.
That is pretty cool. Yeah.
and then this is one
Yeah.
of my favorite things.
Yeah, this is awesome.
I don't even know,
little
but
thing.
this is like one of these knickknacks.
Yeah. Catch all.
Catch-all
it's a
things.
catch-all.
Yeah. Virgil?
You brought it in and you're like, you just gave this to us. I don't know what we can use it for. And I looked around and I'm like, I know exactly what we can
Put
use
all
this for.
kinds-
There's
put
a
all
lot of
kinds
little
of shit.
knickknacks and shit all around here. I'm like, this is
Yeah.
perfect for that. So yeah, it's a very three-dimensional catch-all. It's about, 2 inches deep. And
Is that 2 inches to you?
there we go again.
Ask Ruben.
That looks more like
back to
4.
We know he doesn't do measurements.
We're talking about
I'm just
inches
saying.
and measurement.
I'm just saying.
All right, Chance, you're taking a chance here,
It's
man.
only your
Every
wife
time you
you're
say
convincing.
that. This guy. Who is this guy? Is he a friend of yours?
That's at least 5 inches. That's 5 inches deep. that
But
thing.
they can even do stuff like this thing right here. We we got this from the chief, and I gave this to Garrett, and I was like, "Hey man, put our logo on that thing." And it's what this is basically a little cigar or tackle box type thing. I don't know if you can see it.
Yeah, we can do ammo cans and magazines.
Wow.
So that's
Anything.
that's not a
Anything.
sticker.
No, that's
Yeah.
laser.
Yeah.
Laser.
And then I didn't even know this was in here until today.
Oh, come on, man.
Bro, I didn't even open it. I just looked at the box. I was like, that's
Dude.
amazing. And I didn't even dig into it, but I did, which they can do all kinds of stuff.
What is that?
This is a little hat clip, which Doc has on his hat.
Where is that? I think
It clips
Where-
on
where
his
did you
hat.
have
Other hat.
it's
Uh-oh.
on my other hat.
It's on his other hat, but it's a golf marker,
Yeah.
golf ball marker, which I would never use because mine's always in the rough. But yeah, so I mean, you guys can literally do anything. Coffee cups. You've done coffee cups for me before.
Yep.
Now I'm becoming a golfer.
Whiskey glasses.
Whiskey glasses. Oh, that's another freaking thing.
Oh,
we're all
that's
drinking.
Cool. It's
out
magnetic.
Right magnetic.
I got that, baby. Right there.
Shoot.
Yep.
That's nice.
Glasses, which is also lasered.
Yep.
Which blows my mind. I don't know how you laser a glass without shattering it.
Basically,
how many glasses did it take before you're like, okay, I got it? Did you shatter any of them?
I never shattered them.
Because I know you said the laser work on the gun, you got to work on the depth. Is that the same thing with this?
Yeah, it's all. There's a lot of settings that go into it.
It's more like they look like shit.
Yeah.
Than it is that they
just look
shatter
like
it.
Yeah.
Basically, so what you would do with this is if you're really wanting to promote your company or woo people with your brand, like Virgil Leather is your one-stop shop. And that sounds so cliche, but it's not because this
for branding, yes.
Yeah. Your brand.
How much marketing? Can I say how much marketing do you do? Because I remember talking to you up at the Chief, and you were saying coming up to the Chief was a way of doing business.
We don't advertise.
Yeah, word of mouth.
Really, it's word of mouth. Our customers have been very loyal. So we have great customers, and they tell other people.
Word of mouth.
Yeah, it's a lot of word of mouth. Yeah.
Yep, that's the best way to do it.
We already hit the 2-year mark, so we're beyond most already. If you're only word of mouth, I mean, we do want to start a marketing campaign here soon, but
yeah, that's tough.
Yeah.
I don't. There you go.
There you go.
Are we gonna parlay? Yeah, y'all gonna talk? I'm gonna come talk with you. You don't know. We'll come back after 3.
Come up to the shop.
Yes, sir. I will be coming.
Yeah,
we'll make you a bill.
Whoa, Ruben.
Yeah.
Whoa.
We'll get
there you go.
We'll get some.
I'm trying to step in for Doc. I'm trying to work the field here.
We'll make some giraffe.
Whiskey, bro.
We'll get some giraffe out.
You have to take the sticker off though, because that's.
I thought that was the hip thing to do. Leave the sticker on.
You can't do that. That's not cool.
Oh, that was the hip thing to do back in the day.
Back in the day,
it's cool. Yeah.
Okay,
I don't
stickers.
really know.
Not anymore.
My black.
That's
And
there we go.
and the cardboard
and the cardboard inside. You got to take that off too.
Yeah.
I can see
Ruben's got the cardboard.
Take it off, man.
Yeah.
It's been bothering me for like 45 minutes.
Thank you. Speak up, man. Speak up.
See, okay. Yeah, the stickers used to be a thing on the hat. What about the crease of the hat? Because back in the 90s, it was like you folded that thing all the way.
That's
in.
still cool.
That's personal preference.
Yeah, that's good.
Well, then it became
just don't flip it up.
Bill.
Well, how old?
Don't flip it up,
and don't wear it
40.
backwards.
Yeah.
No,
I'm 40.
Right. Don't wear it backwards.
Yeah. So, do you want to look like you're 18, or do you want to look like you're 40?
Do not
Somewhere
wear
in
it
between.
backwards, man.
All right. Well, then you got to choose. Some of my bend, I'm still the bend guy.
I like a little bit of bend.
I like a little bit of bend. Yeah.
I'm a grown man, damn it, and I like curves.
Well, for me, it's not little of the bend. It just feels.
We know that, James.
It feels better on the head.
I'm not like I used to be. Used to it was like I put a rubber band on it, so it curved down to the sides of my eyes.
Or when you're not wearing it, you stick it in a coffee mug.
Well, let me ask you this.
Now change it.
You guys are both military. That's a military thing, huh? Because I know a lot of military guys, and they all do that.
No, you can't modify your hat.
Blantons? Anybody want Blantons?
No, I'm not talking about in the military. I'm just saying, for some reason, most of all my military buddies, they.
I like
thing.
mine to be curvy, but I'm not aggressive.
I used to be aggressive. Yeah.
Aggressive curve.
Yeah.
Straight up taco it.
Yeah. I'm not a taco.
No,
I still have hats like that.
I like a little bit of. I don't like a straight bill because it just feels weird on your head.
It does.
It feels like it's sticking out,
and it looks weird.
Well, and the curve, it feels better on the head.
Yeah.
I don't know where marketing. It's a funny thing. Like social media is there, but.
Why don't we ask the expert about
some of the shit gets flagged? There's so many bots that are involved now.
Yeah,
and it looks like you're getting views and counts.
Doc has a little bit of curve to his hat already.
He does.
Then it's some more maybe flat. What do you
I don't
call
like
it?
flat.
Taco it? Or can we
Flatten it.
Like,
Taco.
Okay.
If you flatten it out too much, you have to drive a small truck.
Let me ask you. Let me ask you this: glasses wearer. You can't taco your hat because of the glasses, right?
Well, it's not too. Yeah, if it's really taco, like you were talking about, like that.
Yeah, because like sometimes
push up on your temples too.
Yeah. Because sometimes even my sunglasses, I'm
or you got to tip the hat up.
Tip the hat up.
You got to wear it up high. Yeah.
It's not so.
Huh.
You got any more questions?
Back to
interrogating me.
Yeah,
here
back
over
to the
here.
marketing we were
marketing.
talking about.
Tell us how to market.
I'm trying to get into that. I do a lot of stuff on Facebook and Instagram, and I'm trying to do this thing with African Cowboy.
You got the shock and awe going on in the small town for sure.
Mixing cultures together. That's why I love it here, man. I love what Whiskey Bros does. And that's why, like, when you asking him, like, to explain stuff, because y'all growing an international connection.
Right.
With media and stuff, and with having people on. I put all your stuff out to my friends around the world, and like they actually get back to me like, what are they talking, like certain terminology and whatnot.
That's pretty freaking cool. Very flattering.
And now you just talked about giraffes. I put this out. People are asking me, hey, we got frogs in Africa. We'd love to sell to the U.S. So you just got, it's local, but you got to think you have an international reach.
Right.
Yeah, so I'm saying.
Yeah, it's very hard in that area.
It's coming.
Yeah.
It's coming. Believe me. So, all right.
Highly regulated. That's why it's so expensive.
True.
Like Hippo's the same way. You can get Hippo wallet. You can get Hippo whatever. And that's some of the most durable plus soft leather you can get.
Hippo's
Rabbit?
Awesome.
Hippos amazing.
Yeah, hippos.
But
Hippo.
it's highly regulated, so there's only so many square feet of it per year. And then
Really?
so, yeah, you have to be ahead of the game.
I think they only release like 400 square feet every 4 or 5 months.
Yeah.
Where do you source your? Is there a local, like a vendor in Texas where
In
you
Dallas,
go?
actually.
Okay, that'd be cool. That'd be kind of just to follow y'all along and see.
Yeah, so you
how
gotta
that
get
works.
like on the. We went. That's what we did at
Market.
Wessa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So
at Wessa.
there's several guys in the states that do it. We primarily buy from a guy in the Metroplex and then a guy in Idaho.
Can you get honey badger?
You can get well. I mean,
Because
you can
honey
get
badger
anything.
don't give a shit.
You can get beaver tail too.
Yeah,
Yeah, beavers are gay.
yeah.
I hate beavers.
But hats are made out of beaver.
I like
beaver.
I'm pretty
myself.
fond of beaver. So
Yeah.
Honey badgers, though, those dudes get bit by god dang cobras and then just go,
sleep it off.
I'm going to go take a nap.
Yeah.
Honey badgers are
That's the
badass.
Wisconsin mascot, right? The honey.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. I
We
should
can
know.
get
I
you
lived in
a-
Wisconsin.
We can get you an after cobra bite
Honey
honey
badger.
badger wallet.
There you go.
Really?
Yeah.
That's what I
I
want.
think we could totally do that.
I've changed my mind on frog. I want
Okay.
honey badger.
Honey
But
badger.
post
Okay.
After cobra
But
bite or
post-
Cobra bite before.
post cobra
Yeah.
bite. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cobra bite. Like, I want to see the fangs.
I'm surprised you didn't want like sea turtle or something like that. It's
Sea turtles are cool.
Yeah, they're hip. Like
Yeah.
they're the hippies of the sea, man.
it's
Honey
very
badger,
illegal.
though.
Yeah, there's no permits for that, right? Like,
No.
those little guys have some traumatic. Like if you make it from your nest to the water, like
That's like
they
90%.
deserve to live.
Oh, yeah.
It's 90%
Yeah.
fatality rate.
It is.
Before you even make it to the water.
Wow.
The odds are not in your favor.
That's awesome. Honey badger.
We could do it though.
I'm
Just
putting it down.
Ask us.
Is the honey badger? I don't think the honey badger is an American animal. I think that is also an African mammal.
Is it African?
I think,
Honey badger?
yeah.
Where's the honey badger?
There's a badger. Like
I wish we had a computer.
You're gonna have to Google that.
Yeah.
You're
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
have to
Yeah.
Google it. Yeah, I got my limits.
where-
to-
number one, we
is-
don't have fucking cobras in North America. So
Yeah, it can't be America.
yeah,
That said
Honey
honey
badger?
badger gun.
honey badger.
badgers.
It said honey badger gun.
What is this right here?
across
what is
Africa,
that? What is that
Southwest
word?
Asia. That's Africa.
Africa.
Tell me I'm right.
And the Indian continent. It says India.
Yeah.
Oh,
Indian
I think, yeah.
subcontinent.
But there was something that said honey badger gun.
Yeah, let's go back to that.
Look at that. Look at
Oh,
that.
look at the Ballsack
He
on
don't-
that
Good
thing.
Lord.
Dude, coin
I don't know.
purses
What
all
African-
day.
Huge coin purse out of that.
Now I
thing
know what
right
they're
there.
known
That's
for. You know.
good.
Yeah.
Wow.
Look at him. Gives no fucks.
They do have a big set of balls. Though.
Look, Ruben.
They will
look,
fight anything. They'll fight an elephant.
Ruben, it's
Yeah.
both best of both worlds.
I mean, I
white
just-
on top, black on bottom, bro.
The honey
this
badger.
guy?
Shut it
Yo,
down.
Chance, is this a friend of yours, man?
Shut it
I
down.
don't know who it is.
We can't go on.
Hey, but
You can make a necklace out of those clothes.
You guys, man.
but
can't go on.
Go back to that picture.
You know, why he wants to go back?
No,
to, okay,
no,
let's
go back to that picture. But
It's like this studio a little
yeah.
bit. You know, I have this white and then
I
black. I don't know. I'm
but
just saying.
I'm just saying. Where's the biggest thing in the black portion?
The ball sack.
The bottom
balls.
part. The bottom part. You know. Let
This
it,
this
let it
episode
speak
is
for itself. I see you, Gary.
this
I know you
episode is
laughing.
now canceled. Canceled. We lost our African audience.
But this is. It says what? The Kruger National Park in South Africa.
Yeah.
You don't know where that's at?
What, South Africa
No,
or the park?
I would hope you would know where South Africa.
We know where
is.
South
Yeah, it's hanging by.
It's barely hanging on over
I thought
here.
y'all were going to fix that. I still.
Kruger National. Have you never heard of this place?
I've never been to that park.
All right, go back to the gun. What's the honey badger gun?
I saw a honey
That's
badger
on
gun, yeah.
Call of Duty. No,
No, go back.
it's a real gun. It actually got outlowed, right?
I don't know. We're waiting on you to go back.
I have no idea about it. I just saw it come up.
Just hit the back button, bro.
Bro, what is happening?
Oh my god.
Yeah,
Sorry,
about
Chance
South
don't know how to
Africa
work
over
Google.
here. You're in Texas now. You ever heard
now
of
I saw Honey Love Bras, and I don't know what that is.
Yeah, you can't stop
You
Googling,
can't.
dude.
Well, we're gonna
Stop
look at
putting
this.
stuff in there.
Have you ever heard the saying,
I'm very
we'll
curious.
get around to it?
Oh,
Yeah, I've heard the
wow.
saying.
What is that?
Yeah, that's
not a gun.
Are we looking?
This is why
that's
y'all
totally
need
not a gun.
Jesus.
This is why
This
we're
is
not going
exactly
nowhere.
why y'all need Jesus, man.
Oh, 15% off.
15%
Like,
off.
man.
Right now on the
Speaking, wait a
showroom,
minute.
The Lord
ladies
is my-
lingerie is
the Lord is my
15% off.
shepherd.
Hey,
And I am
speaking.
not part of this group.
Wait a minute. All right. Hey, wait a minute. Can you guys make soft leather bras?
Oh, we
No.
could.
Nobody's asked to
Is
make
there a
We
bras.
competition?
could. We could.
Can't we? All right.
Well,
well,
let's
They
get
would
off
be
of this.
overpriced.
They would be.
I don't think you'd.
But
want
very
to wear
supportive.
We're just trying to see the honey badger.
It's right here.
Okay, there's it. There we go.
It's a short barreled. Yeah, so this was
I
the
don't think you'd
one
want to do it.
because it's
300
considered
blackout.
a
Honey
short.
badger.
Oh, it's a thing. It's a gun they called the honey badger.
Yes.
All
Yeah.
right, all right.
Mm.
It's just an SBR.
It's not like a specialized gun
No.
for honey badgers. It's
You got to have a
Okay.
freaking permit to buy that.
Just think of the
Or an
size.
FFL.
Okay.
Yeah.
But then if I
yeah,
want it, then
we can have a fully automatic rifle. You know, two of
Yeah.
them actually.
so what you're saying is every red-blooded American should just get their FFL and
No,
call it a day.
because
then
I'm
you
going to
can't
stop
sell 'em.
talking.
well, no, you have to have a business.
Mhm.
You have to have a business. Yeah.
Yes.
I mean,
I mean, that's a pretty
I have
sweet
a
little
farm.
gun.
Yeah.
I mean, if you could prove that you were going to buy guns and sell them or do something,
Okay.
you can have it.
I like
and not
it.
lose them in the lake.
They'll come sit here in this office and have an interview with you,
Yeah.
as it were.
When you say they,
They.
ATF.
Yeah.
oh, the 3-letter ones.
Of all the things that Trump is wanting to like just slash and cut, why not the ATF? Come on.
That would be
What-
nice.
It's
All right,
in
let
the
me throw this
Supreme
out
Court
you.
right now, right?
He gave you two
Yeah.
options. He gave you two options. ATF gone, IRS gone. Who you-
Both.
IRS.
No, you can only pick one.
100% IRS.
That's me too.
IRS, definitely. Ruben?
Yeah,
Ruben?
IRS.
Yeah.
IRS, yeah,
Both.
same.
Yes.
Well, yeah, IRS for sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think before this spirals even
10
more.
times. 10 times over.
Yes. Virgil Leather Company.
Yeah, .com. You have a phone number too? Yes, you do. I see it up here on the top right.
Yeah.
393-940 for the out-of-towners. 940-393-9364.
That's it.
Facebook,
Yeah.
on your social media and everything too.
Yes.
You have to be.
Y'all working on? I see that side eye. Y'all still working on that social media piece, ain't y'all?
Yes.
Y'all
I mean,
getting
it's there. It's
Y'all
there.
get testimonials from individuals who are like,
We-
yeah, I like
We
this.
do.
It's- okay.
We do.
Sweet.
Yeah.
We need a testimonial from your restraint.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't make
Make me
restraint.
one. I will give it to you.
Okay, we'll do that. Yeah.
And
He said you did, Matt.
no, he said we could.
No, you said you had a request to make one, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
you do.
Request
this is
and
news to
making
me.
them
This
is
is news to me.
different.
It's been a few years. Yes.
But still,
I know this
Yes.
story.
Garrett
Yeah.
knows how to make them,
Yes.
evidently. So
Mm.
Yes. We also make them
you know,
for the police department and the sheriff's
I'll just tell you
department.
something about Garrett real quick.
Yeah. Okay.
So when we
He's gay.
first started this,
Well,
well,
Absolutely.
sure. But when we first started this, we put a shed in my front yard.
okay,
All right. We moved all this leather equipment in, probably too much.
Yeah.
And we're all over there in a day, and Garrett's over there doing his work or whatever. And a friend comes up and says, "Hey, I want to fix my tool belt. It doesn't fit right." And Garrett's like, "Okay, I know how to do that." Takes it all apart, puts it back together, extends it for him, does all this stuff, and he walks away with a custom tool belt. And it's not just that we make hats or that we make belts or that we make whatever. I mean, it's like custom leather work. He's an expert. He's a leather working expert. That when you come in here and you want a belt, especially if you can come in, it's really tailored to you.
bingo. Yeah,
You know what I mean? And so it's not about even going to NRS, you're going to buy your size, you're going to buy your whatever. Even if you had a problem with anything leather-wise, even if Garrett doesn't make it, we don't produce it, he can tear it down, fix it, and make it better.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So
a true craftsman. He's
a true craftsman. Yeah. That's right. And so it's not just that we make and produce products. I mean, if you have something that doesn't work right or whatever, Garrett can figure it out and make it work.
Right.
He's a true expert. Yeah.
That's pretty freaking cool. It's something kind of the world is devoid of, and mass produced.
I mean,
everything is mass produced, right?
Yeah, I mean, think about it. You go buy something from China, or you got whatever. You don't even know where to go to do it.
Yeah.
You know,
it's just throwaway.
Yeah, you just toss it and you go do whatever.
Yeah.
But you can come down and get it fixed. I don't think we make things special anymore either. We're in like a 90% market of Chinese made products.
Right.
And you don't have anything that you can hand down to your kids anymore. And so, part of what we're doing or what we want to do is to make something you're proud of.
You guys are really making me want to follow this up with we haven't done one in over 2 years, but a Whiskey Bro video. So our last one was done with Will Wright of the Wright House Arts, but they did all of the wood-fired clay.
Pottery.
Yeah.
Pottery. Thank you.
Yeah.
Pottery.
It's similar. Yeah.
And what you just said is like the essence of it's special. It's craft. It's tailored.
It's art. It's a folk art.
So but something that still needs to be so relevant because it's lost and it
100 years ago there was a leather shop on every corner of every town,
and that was like your life depended on it. We should do a video because we haven't done one in a while, and this will be a great what's the word I'm looking for? Rekindling.
Yeah. Well, maybe
let's do it.
Of what?
No.
He's about to ruin it, Chance. Let him go ahead and do it.
He does
Let him
that.
ruin the moment. I was listening. I was drawn in, and then this guy.
Gay.
Yeah.
Well, ending on that touching note.
That's right.
Hey,
me and feelings.
Thanks for listening, everybody.
Heck yeah.
Virgil Leather, Matt, Garrett. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
It's been a fun chat and an educational one too.
Yep.
So we hope that Virgil Leather,
frog leather.
Yeah, frog leather.
Learned about
giraffe.
Yeah, I really want you guys to grow and like do amazing things.
Thank you.
That's what we can hope for. Yeah, we'll follow this up with a video.
Yeah, for sure.
You heard it here.
Yeah, man.
You heard it here. And Doc,
cheers, Doc.
Stay out of the sun.
Yeah,
because they don't. You do tanning. If you were doing tanning, I'd be over, man. But I'm still coming over anyway. Yeah, we got some stuff to parlay about. So.
Thanks everyone for joining us. Good night.
Oh wait, Doc, you got to say adios.
Adios.
Bingo.
Yeah.
He doesn't speak Spanish.
Au revoir.
You've been listening to the Whiskey Bros Around the Table.
Gracias por convivir con los hermanos Whiskey.